Hi everyone! I wanted to let you know how happy I am when you enjoyed my video review of one of my case studies. It's great to be able to share my work and help others at the same time. I'm excited to let you know that I'll be launching a shop where you can get resources I've created for you. This includes the template I'll be discussing with you today. Can't wait for you to check it out. And also put in requests if you need any resources. I'll try to deliver it for you. I understand that sometimes case studies can be a little abstract, which can make it difficult to apply the knowledge to your own work. That's why I decided to break down this story based on my case study, so that you can have the same level of understanding right away. So, let's jump right into the template together. But remember, this template isn't just about filling in the blanks. It's about guiding you and unleashing your storytelling superpowers. And let's face it, a good story can make any designer feel like a superhero. For the introduction, I would recommend to keep it short and sweet. For the first page, of course, you're going to put your name and your role there. I recommend to put company name there to show some respect. On the second slide, briefly introduce yourself and why you chose to be a designer. And highlight your personality, superpower, and a mission so that your interviewers can get to know you very quickly. Touch on the agenda for today to set interviewers' expectations of what they will see. Here I have the case study template starting. Showcase your most beautiful design to create a hype of your case study. Include metadata on the page, such as your team size and development duration, so viewers can have a snapshot how amazing your work will be. So for the next slide, I would introduce to show what the environment was like when you first joined. This helps the audience understand where you started and what changes you made. It can be an old platform that you redesigned, people using different applications to reach a goal, or anything that can help set up the story. For the background page, provide further explanation on the details of the environment. The example in the template is rendering a manual workflow that accountants have to deal with by including details and screenshots. So next, we're going to go to the problem. Call out a well-thought-out problem statement. Then explain why you think the problem you highlighted is the right one to focus on. You can insert workshop pictures or use illustrations to explain the hideous workflow and help the audience build empathy for your users. Discuss the product vision. The example here is expanding the existing vision to a new one, transforming and expanding the vision for your company. Showcase that you're not just a pixel pusher, but also a business-oriented designer who can help users and the company grow. For objectives, explain the gap that needs to be fulfilled to reach the new vision. Highlight what you should focus on and high-level steps you can take to realize the new vision you proposed. For target users, feel free to expand it to multiple pages. You can show more research methodology and processes. Introduce the target audience in a persona format so that audience doesn't get distracted by details. If necessary, include geographic data or competitive analysis to paint a full picture of your users. User journey is such a helpful tool to show user pinpoints and opportunities you can experiment on. Draw out the user's existing steps, write captions, and highlight emotions on low points. This will get the audience invested in the story by thinking about how would they deal with these pinpoints. Design strategy is so important. I would encourage you to come up one even you already finished this project, because it is really a self-reflection of how you pushed yourself to think about the overall direction and categorize the smaller focuses. Use the design strategy to create a lo-fi design flow that reflects the overall strategy. Bring the low-fidelity design into a medium-fidelity design, rendering out what it could potentially look like in a real world. Of course, you can validate your ideas with lo-fi, mid-fi, and hi-fi. Here, I am showing you can validate your idea with a high-fidelity design with real users. Interview users or conduct A/B tests to support your direction. Sometimes it's hard to get data, so definitely use your friends or family who are in a similar field. A lot of times, user testing is really about
how usable it is. The template includes 4 workflows. The first flow is more workflow heavy, meaning that the user has to go through a series of motions to reach a goal. Introduce a heavy workflow with an animation that demonstrates the whole workflow and call out the user value you brought to users. Then explain how you decided on the workflow and the testing process. Insert data if you have any. Second flow is more feature heavy, such as share with your teammates. It's a more focused feature study. Call the user value again and show your design variations of that component. Give transparency how you iterated on the different variations. The third and fourth flow are repeating the first and second, so there's an element of surprise when you change the subject with different focus. Don't forget to show your final design. Provide an overview of the final design, incorporating the workflow and component snapshots. Highlight the most important metrics, such as monthly active users, revenue increase, or reduced churn, for example. Give a slide on retrospect and next steps by the end. Talk about what you would do differently and what you learned during the building process. Highlight the next direction you want to experiment with, opportunities and features you would like to push for.
The purpose of this template is to help relieve the stress of overthinking when building a case study. We designers are known for our active imaginations, but when it comes to case studies, we need to stay calm and carry on designing. Remember, overthinking is like trying to design a masterpiece while wearing a straitjacket. It just doesn't work. I know this template isn't a magic solution that will guarantee you a job offer the moment you fill it out. It's more like a trusty sidekick that helps you kickstart the case study building process. If you're interested, I've attached the template in my shop. I'm planning to add more design resources that you will need for your design journey. Even the greatest designers are stressed when it comes to their case studies from what I gathered. I personally went through 10 versions of my own case studies, and trust me, there were times when I feel like I was trapped in a loop, like a never-ending carousel of pixels and prototypes. But perseverance pays off, and so does a well-crafted case study. So my fellow designers, don't give up. Embrace the process, trust your instincts, and let this template be your guide on your UX journey. Thanks for watching, and may your pixels always be aligned.